So there's apparently some new freak-off footage of Busta Rhymes, Diddy, and a bunch of male adult workers floating around online, and it's as wild as it sounds.
It's like 6 in the morning. We got the cornflakes, Ciroc and lemonade going. You know, everybody just chilling. You know, you dig. Oh, let me show you. We got the fireplace jumping on.
One day I came to Daddy's house, and Diddy and Q-Tip, and Fat Joe was in the studio. They was really like losing their mind in a crazy way. Like it was the most incredible reinvention.
They call them fun boys. They'll say we gonna have fun boys in the section of Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the road. Tucked him off in the corner. I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
So I look up. Now all this happening in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes. And I'm like, what's up, Busta? You know, and he still holding my hand. He like, what's up? You know, what you getting into? And I'm like, oh, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up? He said, you know, I got a section up in this place. We doing a little after party joint. It's like, you should come in and party with me.
So a few months back, Busta's ex-bodyguard Big Homie CC exposed Busta, claiming that he's been into fun boys for years, and apparently everyone in the club scene knew about it. According to Big Homie, club promoters would specifically line up young men to keep Busta entertained in the VIP section whenever he came through. But now there's a whole new layer to this story. Word on the street is there's footage from a party showing Busta and Diddy together in a freak-off with multiple men who are believed to be ex-workers Diddy hired for his parties. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, because on top of everything that's already come out, several men are now stepping forward with their own stories, claiming Busta allegedly made inappropriate advances toward them. These guys are saying that Busta was constantly trying to get them to party with him. And not in the typical sense, more like in the Diddy sense. Allegedly, these parties were on a whole different level. And now, with all the attention surrounding Diddy's situation, people are starting to look at Busta sideways too, and it's starting to feel like Busta might be the next one in line to get fully exposed for allegedly forcing men into freak-offs.
If you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being rude. Why are you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they're in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
So in case you missed the latest tea on Busta Rhymes, his former bodyguard Big Homie CC recently appeared on The Art of Dialogue and boldly called Busta a super zest monster, claiming that Busta has a long track record of questionable interactions with young men back in the day. According to Big Homie, this has been one of those open secrets in the industry for a while now, especially among the club promoters. Apparently, whenever Busta was set to make an appearance at a party, promoters knew the deal. They had to make sure they lined up some attractive young men to entertain him in his VIP section.
What are you talking about, Busta Rhymes? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Super zest monster, for sure. That's my thing, but like this been common knowledge. Then. All my promoter homies would always say, we gotta bring what they call them. They call them fun boys. They'll say we have fun boys in the section of Busta. So you know, I bodyguard for Ghostface Killer, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? Come on, man. And my auntie like the biggest Busta. Every cookout, he playing all his little fast rapping, all of that. Him and Craig Mack
Big homie CC also recalled one night in the club with actor-model Don Benjamin and one of Don's friends who happened to be a gay man, and according to Big Homies, as soon as Busta Rhymes caught sight of this guy, it was game on. Big Homie said Busta didn't waste any time. He practically lunged at the guy, pulling him straight into his VIP section. And get this, Busta wouldn't let him leave. Big Homie said Busta was all over him, making sure the guy stayed close the entire night, and apparently this wasn't a one-time thing. Big Homie claimed that any time Busta was in the club, the promoters knew exactly what to do: find the hottest guys and bring them over to his section, because once Busta set his eyes on someone, he wasn't letting go.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him? Model dude, like a model guy. He was like a rapper, so his name Don Benjamin. So I'm out with Don Benjamin. At the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy, you know. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, gay dude, super cool, some good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the road, and tucked him off in the corner. I was like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody or a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave. He stayed with them. He stayed in there with them. For sure. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? So this common knowledge. If you in the mix, if you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know.
Big Homie also spilled that Busta couldn't stop talking about how cute the guy was, and once he had him in his section, there was no way he was letting him leave.
So I hear somebody say, "Oh, he's cute, I want him." So when I heard that, I turned around. He just say that? We got all this jewelry to attract some men in here. You wild, shocking, but sure enough.
That was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
Pulled him into the section. And then they walled him off like this man. Like, damn. And that little dude was so happy, he couldn't believe it. He was shocked.
According to Big Homie, most people in the industry have known what Busta is really about for over a decade, and when asked why no one else in the industry has ever called him out, Big Homie said it's because everyone wants to be in that VIP section with Busta. But then Big Homie pointed out something else that doesn't get talked about nearly enough: Busta's alleged history of lashing out at women. And according to Big Homie, there might be a deeper reason behind it. He hinted that like a lot of DL men, Busta feels some resentment towards women.
How long has it been like this, knowing about this?
I knew about this like 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get back there. That matters most. That matters so much to people. It's crazy, man. But if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being real. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they're in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get there. But it's all this club security in here, like, nothing's gonna happen. Nobody will kill you guys. When I get jobs, people who really got a threat on their life. But man, you ask for anybody that's in the mix, bro, like, you know, most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't want to be themselves. They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get a girl. They'll get mad, oh, we want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they're not booked. They get there. What they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you think it is. Oh God, see.
But if you think this is just one bodyguard stirring up drama, there's actually a whole lineup of men who've come forward with their own wild stories about Busta Rhymes. Back in 2020's social media personality Trip, Ali posted a video on his YouTube channel claiming that Busta tried to pick him up in NYC while he was on his way to a Halloween party.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain, I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holds my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people were about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, beside eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
Trip Ali shared that Busta invited him to join his VIP section at a club, and at first Trip was excited, thinking it was just going to be a normal party vibe. However, things were about to get a lot more interesting than he expected.
He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, tell my people. I was like, I'll come in. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists of all time. And back then, I was really on my rap.
So things eventually took a turn when Trip got into a heated argument with his friend who wasn't feeling the idea of going to Busta's party. The argument got so intense that it ended in a physical fight. Trip was so shaken up afterward, he decided to ditch the club plans altogether, plus his friend was acting wild and ended up leaving him stranded in the middle of NYC. But maybe his friend actually did a favor, because who knows what could have gone down if he'd ended up in Busta's VIP section. Now fast forward to 2021, and the rumors started flying again, with the streets saying that Busta was back on the scene, allegedly trying to pick up men, and to top it off, paparazzi supposedly caught him leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman. Now, to be clear, Busta's sexuality is not the issue here. It's the fact that, similar to Diddy, he also has a shady track record of getting physical with people over minor things. And on top of that, rumors are now swirling that Busta had a taste for very young men. Busta's legal troubles kicked off way back in 2006 when he allegedly attacked a guy for spitting on his car. But that wasn't the end of it. Later that year, prosecutors tried to hit him with a possession of a weapon charge from the same incident. And get this, according to Billboard, they claimed Busta had an actual machete stashed in his car. Fast forward to 2007, and Busta found himself in trouble again. This time he was arrested and hit with a misdemeanor for allegedly roughing up his former driver over a money dispute. Busta eventually pleaded guilty to both charges and ended up with 3 years of probation. But the drama didn't stop there. In 2009, the New York Post revealed that Busta had to pay $75,000 to a fan who claimed Busta threw water bottles at him, and his bodyguard punched him in the face. And the craziest part is that the fan said all he did was try to leave Busta's concert. The fan explained that he was hoping to see Fabulous perform, but when Fab didn't show, he stood up to out as Busta was wrapping up. That's when Busta apparently snapped, telling him get down and asking, "I'm not good enough for you." Busta then allegedly splashed him with water and threw 2 more bottles before his bodyguard punched the fan. So knowing Busta's temper, it totally makes sense why he's been tight with Diddy all these years. But aside from their shared anger issues, it seems that Busta and Diddy have another thing in common: a preference for much younger men. In fact, according to big homie CC, Busta had a habit of sending his crew out on a mission to scout for young attractive guys to bring back to his VIP section at the club. And as if this wasn't crazy enough, rumors are now going around that there's footage making the rounds on the internet showing Diddy and Busta in the middle of a wild freak-off session with a bunch of male ex-workers. So a couple of months back, Orlando Brown set the internet ablaze when he claimed on camera that he hooked up with a bunch of rappers, including Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Bow Wow, and a few others. Now, we all know Orlando isn't exactly known for being the most reliable source with his history of substance use and all types of wild antics. Many fans are skeptical of Orlando's credibility. So when he first started making these explosive allegations about the music industry, people mostly shrugged it off as just another one of his crazy rants. However, with Diddy now facing serious charges, people are starting to connect the dots, and suddenly Orlando's stories don't seem so crazy anymore. Over the last few years, Orlando has been making waves with viral interviews, and he even named Diddy times, and this was long before Cassie opened the floodgates with her lawsuit.
There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids. People, a lot of stuff, man.
The record labels are taking life insurance policies out on rappers. Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers nowadays.
I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get stuck, and they do it to you forcefully because you didn't know.
Back then, most folks just laughed off Orlando's comments, treating them like some ongoing joke about Diddy possibly being on the down low. But with all the accusations now surrounding Diddy, people are starting to wonder if Orlando was trying to warn us about Diddy this whole time. So when the headlines about Diddy's alleged crimes hit last November, Cam Capone jumped at the chance to have Orlando back on their channel. And this time they revisited Orlando's viral comments about Diddy from the previous year, as well as 50 Cent's story about Diddy trying to take him shopping closely. The people want to see him behind bars ASAP, saying, "Thank God I've never been a fan of P. Diddy. This man is one hell of an evil, vile, despicable human being. How he treated those poor women was just the lowest of the low. It's not just those women he used for his own gain. He milked everything from his artists. Greed and power was his main motivation behind his actions. How this man is still a free man is beyond me. It's clear he's using money to keep people silent." So what do you all think about these bombshells about Diddy? Do you believe he sacrificed people for fame? Will his alleged victims ever recover from their encounters with him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out this other messy video for more tea. And thanks for watching my video.